Well, welcome back. Fan shut off just in time there, that's nice. Just back from the garden. Today we were planting a bit of an experimental strain that I got going on around here. Was, let's see, can we read this? Probably not. F1, Nuked Chronic. The date was Thursday. Today is Monday. There you go. That's how long they were in there. I soaked them 18 hours. They sank, made sure they sank. They all sank, I think. And then just a bunch of random seed. It's an F1 crossbred hybrid, so it's the variation from seed to seed is ridiculous. So I'm just slowly going through a pile I got here looking for a winner, Jack and the Beanstalk style. So any old monkey around here can plant 4 and have them outside. So I got. Well, welcome back to the garden. Here we are once again. Today we're going to plant some seedlings. Germination complete. This is an F1 hybrid crossbreed that I'm developing myself here. Nothing fancy. I just took a couple of plants I really like and I bred them together. The only difference now is that well, now we got genetics mixed here and we got a lot of variation we'll have to get rid of, but we're looking for some good candidates here to cultivate. So you can see success in the germination. When was that? What did I do with the lid? I don't see where I left the lid. It's like 2 or 3 days. I think this is the 3rd day. So that's seed that I made myself. This is, I'm just taking media from here. I mixed about a cubic foot of soil to this recipe. If you want to take a screenshot or something, I mean, here you go. Let's see if I can get it all in one shot there. There you go. That's what the soil is. And, I don't know. You don't need to see this stuff right now, but that's what I'm feeding them when I get done blending all the chemicals. Alright, so in here there's also what else do we got? We got bone meal, we got earthworm castings, and we've got calcium carbonate, which is ground flour of oyster shell. Good micronutrients in there as well as calcium. They love that. So here we are. Nice and easy. I'm just going to take this little handy dandy gadget. I'm going to poke a hole in the center. Maybe, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch deep or so. Yeah, I know. Then we're going to take them from here with some tweezers. Put the taproot down inside of here. Still got the brown husk on them. That's alright. That'll pop up through the soil and the leaves will pop that off. Everything will work out fine. I'm going to plant maybe, I popped a bunch of them just because I want to test my seed stock. So I think I'm going to plant 4, try and get maybe 2 females, pick the best one of the 2. Maybe yeah, something like that. You never know. Alright. That's that. Nothing to it. The soil pH is about 6.8 at about, what did I say it was? 1300 ppm. EC of about, whatever that is, almost 3 kind of thing. Nice thick stock. We'll keep the light right down on top of these suckers. I mean right on top of them. A nice cool light bulb that'll touch them. I got LEDs with plastic covers. That'll keep them from stretching up. That's the number 1 mistake people make. The other thing is when you're planting them initially here, leave room in there in case they do stretch. You can put some more soil in there and support them. Right? Thinking ahead, that's all. Alright, until next time. 4 sitting here. They look like this now. Let's see here. We got them. You know, they're planted in a hole. Nice and gently. That bit sticking out there is the first 2 leaves. I took the 4 that were furthest along. They had great big long roots. And the brown husk from the seed was already shed. So if it had a husk on it still, I would probably leave it below the surface. But I just planted there on the surface. And I left enough room in there that if it stretches up a bit, I can always add more soil to support it. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to get a light right on top of it. Way brighter than the light they recommend. Because I don't want it growing up tall and spindly. I want it short and fat with big leaves. If you're into technical details, they you know, I think normally they say 150 or between 150 and 200 micromoles or something. I'm talking like 600. All right, I don't want it stretching. I don't want it moving, and I don't want it suffering. So there you go. That's what it looks like. They've each been individually tagged. You see here we got and identified. So that's Nuked Chronic. The S is for seed. Seed number 2. This is Nuked Chronic seed number 4. And the date that it went into this container. Right? Nothing to it. Just keep it organized. Then, as they grow up, we'll take clones from these 4 and we'll put them into flower mode and we'll see what happens with them. Then based on that, we'll pick one that we like the best. And then we'll start running that and see what happens. You don't want to start too many of these, though. I popped, 25 seeds or something to get these ones. Just because I make them here myself. I got tons of them, you know. And, yeah, whatever, you know. Don't be afraid to, or don't keep too many around. I could have started a whole 2 years worth of work here, you know. Just throw them away and be done with them. You're really just looking for one and see what you get, you know. You're not a big corporation. You're just some guy with a spot on a shelf. And if you get too many on the go, you got to keep one behind of each kind. So it's not just 4. It's 8 or 10 just sitting there doing nothing until you figure out which one's the best one. You got to keep them growing. So I'm just going to probably narrow it down to 1, to be honest with you. Keep 1 back of it, send it through and see what it does. Because too many times I have started too many seeds and had too much to manage. It's all weed in the end. It's good or it ain't. All right, I think that's all you need to know. Everything's identified. It's marked as a seed so that I know later when I cut a clone off of it that clone came from a seed. It's not something I'm cultivating yet. It has yet to be determined. And then I know if it, as long as it says S, that means I don't know if it's a male or a female yet, is basically the situation. Keep an eye on this sucker. All right, it hasn't been sexed yet. All right, I think that's it. Nice and easy. The secret to cultivating, the secret is 80 degrees. All right? It's a bit cold in here, so I took it down. I got a tent, and the tent is climate controlled at 82% relative humidity and 80 degrees, right? It fluctuates between about 80 and 82 degrees kind of thing. So I took this, I put a lid on it to keep it dark, put the paper towel wet in there and the seeds, and then I stuck it in there. It also, I was sitting on a rack that had lights mounted to it, so it's probably closer to 90 degrees in there for what it's worth. But yeah, warm, all right? There you go. Nothing to it. Stay tuned.